Welcome to week 3 of the DB Sport and Scale quarter scale SE5a build. This video is a slideshow with a voiceover of some pictures I took while building it. Day 15. Now all 4 wings have been built and I took a long time this morning at sanding and forming them, especially the leading edge. Then I tried fitting the wing locks and putting 70mm braces under the wing tips for the correct dihedral. This is quite complicated and fiddly, and I had to mount and dismount the wing again and again to find the correct position. I must remember to take some oil to the workshop tomorrow to lubricate the pins. Day 16. I thought long and hard about how to easily glue the wing locks in place without breaking a lot of ribs. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt. I realized that the locking feathers really did not need to be there while I glued the locks in, so I removed them and the locks slid onto the pins with no difficulty whatsoever. I tacked the locks in with some CA glue. Now I just need to put some scrap balsa to permanently hold the locks in place. I also need to find new M3 bolts and nuts for the steel feathers instead of the ones I removed. Day 17. Now, when the wings are mostly assembled, the time has come to see if there's a fuselage in the box. I located and cut loose all parts numbered 100 something and then read the relevant section of the instructions. Here you can see most of the fuselage part and the first glue up, the front landing gear fastenings. The construction of the fuselage is very traditional. You just put down the parts indicated in the instructions, glue them with your favorite glue, aliphatic wood glue in my case, and after an enjoyable hour, one fuselage side is coming together. The other one will be built on top of this one. Day 18. Here we have the 2 fuselage sides. The glue has to harden completely before we can start gluing in the fuselage formers. The engine I intend to use is a 20cc one which fits completely in the fuselage with nothing sticking out. It's a good idea to make all the fastenings and holes before fitting the formers. While the fuselage sides cure, I can start assembly on the radiator. This is an enormous construction on this kind of airplane and is made from these parts. And here is the radiator form, glued up and ready to harden. Day 19. The first formers are glued into the fuselage. This is all very square and easily put together. The main thing is to weigh everything down and clamp it to ensure squareness. And then you add the rounded formers. I noticed that former 107 behind the cockpit was supposed to lean back a bit, and I found that it had the same degree of lean as the root ribs in the wings. So I dug out the root rib template and used them to give this former the correct lean. This fuselage is coming along nicely. Day 20. I was advised to cut out the dorsal formers to lighten them. I then weighed what I cut out. It came to 3 grams. Not a lot. I suspect it's not going to make any difference to the balancing of the model, but you never know. The fuselage in front of the cockpit is infilled with balsa to stiffen it up and make it stronger. And here the longerons have been added to the back of the model, as well as the 0.4mm ply cladding behind the cockpit. Day 21. It took me the best part of the morning to fit and glue the tailplane, or horizontal stabilizer, into the fuselage.